Good day, everyone. I am Teresa Joy Dimas Leones, the leader of Group 6, and my members are Palma Jazal, Nadira Ria, Palacio Rhea May, Medica Rowena, and Uday Edith. And we are the Group 6. You might not think math has much to do with cooking. But the truth is that the better your math skills are, the better you be in the kitchen.
Math is in every kitchen, in every recipe card, and at each holiday gathering. The mathematics of cooking often goes unnoticed, but in reality, there is a large quantity of math skills involved in cooking and baking.
Math is a very important part of cooking, requiring many basic concepts in order for a recipe to turn out right. When creating recipes, it is required to know measurement, addition, proportions, and multiplication.
While people mainly focus on the real-life applications of mathematics as something used in engineering and architecture, many people do not think that they use math in everyday lives. However, this is not the case. Math can be found all over everyday life. One example being cooking.
Conversion from the different form of measurement could be required if a recipe is a metric and utensils are an imperial measurement. It is required to convert them.
The effects of math in cooking are obvious as long as you pay attention to what you are doing. Of course, you could always just wing it.
If we eat more than we need to, our bodies take in more calories that they can burn. And this is so easy to do because we become so used to eating large portions. People who consistently overeat are likely to become overweight. This increases the risk for medical problems like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, breathing problems, heart attack, strokes, and even depression. Look at the label on any food package and you see a nutrition information section that gives a serving size for that food. The serving size is based on the amount of food people typically eat. Serving size help you to see how many calories and nutrients, including fat, sugar, and salt.
The portion size is the amount you do it. In some cases, like vegetables, it's perfectly okay to eat a larger portion than the serving size listed on the package. But when it comes to the food that high in calories, fat, or sugar, the serving size can alert you that you may be getting more than is healthy. Serving sizes tell you how much people typically eat and the nutrition in that amount. Serving sizes don't tell you how much to eat or which foods you need to stay healthy.
Being aware of the right portion sizes can help you avoid overeating. But it's not easy to use these visual cues with foods that are hard to measure, like a casserole or sandwich. It's also hard to track portion sizes of foods like chips and cookies when you eat right out of the bag. Try these tips to control portion sizes. Eat your meals on a smaller plate so your meal looks larger. Avoid taking an entire bag of chips or a container of ice cream to the couch. Don't eat in front of the TV or other screens. Eat 3 well-balanced meals with vegetables, fruit, proteins, and starch. And 1 to 2 healthy snacks at a regular times throughout the day. Add more salads, other vegetables, and fruit to your diet, especially at the start of a meal. Try not to rush through your meals. Be aware that most restaurant portions are much larger than you need. Don't be tempted to go for the giant value meal. Most important, make it a habit to let your stomach rather than your eyes tell you when you're done with the meal. Listen to your body's natural signals about when it's hungry and when it's full.
What is recipe costing? Recipe costing is very vital part of your restaurant operations. It is essentially calculating the cost incurred in preparing a particular dish. The main thing to remember while doing the recipe costing is keeping the editable portion, that is the amount of food prepared you are going to serve in one dish. Hence, recipe costing should be done taking into consideration the input cost of each dish so that you always have an edge in making a profit.
Write down the ingredients and their quantities. Make a list of all ingredients. Use the recipe and state what the weight and measurement of each component used. Fill in the prices for the ingredients. You need to determine what the cost is of each ingredient as if sold as a unit in the store. You need to look for the total price of each item. Calculate the price of the partial items, divide the weight of each ingredient by the weight of the unit it is sold, and multiply it by the price of the unit as whole. Add it all together. Once you have the individual amount of each ingredient that goes into making a dish, you can easily add all. Subtract the cost of each serving, divide the cost of the entire recipe by the number of portions that it served. This will determine the cost of each serving.
Why recipe costing is important? I will tell you the 4 primary reasons of that. First primary reason is to know how much food cost is incurred on each recipe. Recipe costing helps you to know how much food cost is incurred to prepare a dish. This gives you a clear view of how much you can earn per dish. Second primary reason is to understand how to properly price your dishes to achieve a target profit. It plays a significant role in deciding the selling price of the items on your menu. If the food cost of an item is high, it just makes sense to sell it at the higher price to garner profit. Third primary reason is to study how your competitor priced their dishes against an industry benchmark. It tells you when to reduce a recipe cost. If you keep up to date with your costing and see that you are going beyond your target cost percentage, you can easily plan how to reduce the cost. Fourth and last primary reason is to find out each menu item's profit margin and decide which ones to promote through suggestive selling and promotions. It gives you an insight into the dish profit margin, which you can, in turn, use to promote the high profit items through suggestive selling and promotions.